What the fuck is up, gamers? It's your boy the Goods, and we are back for episode number 47 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we purged the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne from Mystic Maya, our dearly beloved. And in this episode,
the prosecution calls Maya Fey to the witness stand.
Very well, but first we'll take a brief recess. We'll have to wait for Miss Fey to recover before summoning her. Once we receive the doctor's permission, we will proceed with the trial.
Hey, Trite, I've got something to say to you, so listen up. What is it? I don't think much of you as a lawyer. It's always the same with you. You somehow manage to just squeak by without even a faint understanding of the case. Some beautiful woman always seems to come dashing in at the last minute to save you.
you've got some nerve!
But that's not going to happen this time. This time, you're going to have to do this by yourself!
That's enough! This court is now in recess!
Oh, poor Iris. Oh, cutie.
I'm really sorry about everything. You were working so hard to defend me, but I was missing all day, and we didn't even have a chance to talk.
She's right. When I met Iris at the training hall yesterday, they had already switched places, and Iris was inside the sacred cavern.
I wanted to at least be in the defendant's box today to root you on.
Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time. And there's something more important than that, though. I have to ask you, why did you help your sister out as much as you did? If you had tried to get help at the sacred cavern yesterday, you wouldn't have spent an entire day locked up in there.
My sister, I felt sorry for her. She was abandoned by her mother and never got any love from her father either.
Yes, but it was the same for you too, wasn't it?
Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, who was like a mother to me. If only Dahlia had come with me to Hazakura Temple. I always loved her. Dahlia was always so smart, so strong. She never complained about a thing. That's why I promised her that I would help her.
Are you talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago?
Yes. I wanted to be useful to her in some way. But, as usual, I was too cowardly. At the last minute, I ran away. Because of that, Dahlia's stepsister, Valerie, ended up.
That was the case that wounded Mia so badly.
But things didn't end there, of course. Some people suspected that my sister was involved in the murder.
Some people? You must mean...
Yes, 2 defense attorneys, Mia Fey and Diego Armando. After poisoning Mr. Armando, who was getting too close to learning the truth. Dahlia even tried to kill the person who had unknowingly hid the poison for her. You.
That's right. Iris, there's one more thing I have to ask you.
Yes, what is it?
On the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, Elise Stoneham, was it really you?
Yes, it was me. That night, after I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room. At around 10:30, I received a call on my cell phone. There's a problem. Come to the inner temple right away. I got on the snowmobile and headed for the inner temple. But
The path to the inner temple was cut off, right?
exactly. We can't just leave the body here. So you've got to do this exactly as I say, got it?
I'm picking up what they're putting down, big dog. I understand.
It was me. I was the one that received the body. Her murder weapon had been left in her body so she wouldn't bleed too much. The staff that Mr. Gillies always held.
I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was the staff.
Yes, that's right. I brought the body back to Hazakura Temple on the snowmobile.
But why? Why did you alter the body?
I didn't want anyone to know that the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead back to Misty Faye. So I dressed her in a robe and stabbed her with a Shichishido. I wiped the blood off the staff's blade and left it next to her on the ground.
Iris, just tell me one last thing. Tell me the name of the person that called your cell phone. The real killer.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I can't do it. I can't say who did it.
I see. Victim staff.
Defend it!
Yes?
The judge is calling you! He wants to see you in his chambers. He has some questions about Dahlia Hawthorne.
All right. Well then, I'll see you later. There's something I want to tell you.
Oh, okay. Something she wants to tell me. Freakity diggity. She wants to say, Mr. Wright, let's kiss on the mouth. So it's true. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Maybe even from the very beginning. Phoenix. Mia! Your boobs are huge. I mean, what? How is Maya doing?
Physically, I'm not worried. She'll recover completely. But emotionally, she's been hurt very badly by this case.
I see. You don't mean she's learned who Elise Donham really was?
Yes, I went to the medical office and talked with her. I told her everything I knew.
But why?
Maya is stronger than you think. I knew she could take it. All of it.
Freakity diggity. What do you mean by that?
I want you to figure that answer out by yourself. The trial is about to restart. The real killer. Do you know who it is yet?
Iris wouldn't tell me who called her, but still. I think that just maybe, I know who it was. That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the Inner Temple. And the criminal wasn't just there by accident. Which means that the killer knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning.
And one more thing. The victim was moved to the Hazakura Temple side by pendulum. In other words, the criminal couldn't carry it across the criminal couldn't cross the bridge. That means they were stuck on the Inner Temple side for almost an entire day.
Exactly. So the culprit was someone that wasn't in Hazakura Temple the following day.
That's as much help as I can give you. The rest of the battle is yours to win. Or lose.
Okay, I've got it. Thank you, Mia. Finally, it's almost time to bring this case to an end. What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Misty Faye? Whoever it was, I have to prove it. Me. All by myself. This is it. Oh yeah, baby. To be continued. It's Phoenix Wright time. I'm about to Phoenix all over these fucking rights. Save our progress up to this point. I'm excited. I don't know about you. I'm fucking ready, dude. I am so hyped. This shit's gonna go fucking swimmingly, bro. Alright, bro. Let's get it. February 10th, 3:36 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. It is all on us! There is no beautiful big booby woman coming to save us.
Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the test suite performed earlier.
Tess.
Yes, Tess, on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree.
Oh yeah, that. I totally forgot about it. That's the weapon. that Maya Fey used when she fought with the victim.
So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood, or...?
Due to time constraints, a full test wasn't possible. However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood. That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial.
So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger. Then whose was it?
I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims.
I understand, Your Honor. From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking, so let's finish this quickly.
Didn't they just say she was fine? Whatever. Agreed.
Very well. Please bring in the last witness.
Oh, Maya! She's so cute!
Witness, please tell us your name and profession.
Maya Fey. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Maya.
According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Korean channeling technique.
I'm frightened. The Fey clan. I don't want any more to do with it.
Oh, Maya. The pain the Fey bloodline causes must be unbearable.
Very well. Now then, Miss Fey, when the event occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple, and you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Stoneham's murder. Is this correct?
I didn't see any.
Objection! Straighten up this instant, young lady.
Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later.
But
Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witness come out, and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of him. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen?
Witness, if you please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, little Maya, this is so sad! This is terrible! Why would they do this to her?
I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness.
So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been this staff.
Maya, the person who hit you! It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was.
Maya, think hard.
Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't.
Ha! Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. Godot was on the prowl.
It seems it will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination.
Maya, hang in there. She doesn't look well at all.
She looks like a sad little muppet, and I can't press her, dude. I'm not going to.
I refuse.
So, here's the thing. What do I have? What do I have? What do I even fucking have? Like, genuinely, what the fuck do I have? Passing through the garden on the way to the spare prep room when it happens.
Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. Okay, so hold on. So you ended up against the stone lantern? What happened afterwards?
My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape, I think.
You think?
After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There were only two things rolling around in my mind at the time.
Well now, this is beginning to get interesting.
So what were the two things rolling around in your mind?
My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. I know it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was.
That's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable given the circumstances. So what did you do then?
So hold on. By that logic, that's Maya. I need a pressure on this one, unfortunately. You don't mean, was it?
I didn't know it at the time, but I think it was probably blood.
Is she saying that's when Miss Donham, who was channeling Dahlia, was stabbed in the back by the killer?
At that moment, I was paralyzed with fear. I was just sitting there in the snow. I'm sure blood got on everything around me.
So, hold on, I don't want to, but I have to press everything. I'm sorry. I have to press everything. Who else was on the inner temple side that night?
Well, Sister Bikini, of course. But I remember her saying that Iris would be coming later as well.
On the day after the incident, Edgeworth met Bikini at Hazakura Temple. That means she couldn't be the criminal. So then, did Iris actually come later like she said?
Well, let me think.
She seems confused. It's probably because she's so tired.
No, I'm sure I didn't see her. She must have come while I was preparing for the training.
I gotta press her on that, too. Who did it? Who hit you?
Well, I didn't see who it was. I was hit from behind.
You didn't see the person, but after that, your attacker was in front of you. How could you not see who it was?
Oh, let me think for a sec. I'm sorry, I just can't remember.
Maya's really having a hard time. What should I do? I have to press her harder. I have to. Come on, Maya. This isn't making sense. Why didn't you see this person?
Well, let me think. It was, oh yeah, that's right. It was dark, that's it.
It was dark.
It's not good to have too much light around when someone's undergoing spiritual training.
Come to think of it, there was earlier testimony to that effect as well. So it was dark in the garden on the night of the crime.
Which is why she didn't see her attacker. I thought maybe she was trying to hide something, but I guess not.
Judging by the testimony thus far, the identity of the attacker was most likely
the spirit that was channeled by Elise Donham, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Very well. Please continue with your testimony. What happened after you were struck on the head?
What? Okay, so I already pressed that. I gotta press this. You think you screamed, but you're not sure?
Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits.
Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes.
I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that it was my last hope.
Wow, it sounds like poor little Maya was really out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do? I press her for more details? Yeah, ask her about last hope. Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff?
What? What do you mean by your last hope?
No. That's what you said. You said my last hope.
What? I said what?
Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me!"
Yeah.
but you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope.
Oh, well, that's like what you do. What do you call it when that happens?
Maya's not doing so well up there.
Oh, yeah, Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help. Ah!
What is it now?
I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out.
Huh?
Witness! Are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person!
I meant to keep that part a secret. What have I done?
Ha! It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say.
A ton of pressure.
You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber.
Witness, the information you just presented is vital to this case. I want you to add it to your testimony!
I could see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern.
First of all, you are a fucking idiot.
Maya, I love you. My sweet darling girl, I love you.
Objection!
But you're stupid. So there was a man standing behind your attacker.
Yeah.
That man, he's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Donham, otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother.
The killer?
Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony.
What do you mean? What problem?
Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission.
Huh? What?
It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night!
No!
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Godot, explain this!
Add the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of cafe au lait.
Cafe au lait? Is that even legal?
Mr. Trite's words are the milk and you are the spoon. Your Honor.
I'm a spoon? I'm no spoony bard, I'll have you know.
You must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness's mental state is highly unstable right now. It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that. Objection! Sorry, but that's not going to cut it. What did you say? If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony.
Nick!
May I? Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker, and she quite clearly described him as a man. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite it being so dark she couldn't have seen the face of her own attacker.
No!
Order! 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 What in the world does this all mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying Miss Faye saw the real killer under pitch black conditions?
Objection. Trite, do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene. Objection. There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark. And now, you're trying to cover for him.
Cover? For the man that killed her mother?
There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is.
Please, Nick! I don't know anything! Please, I'm begging you!
Ha! You talk a good game, Trite. Let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff.
No, Nick, don't! Please, stop!
Maya is dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it.
I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth.
All right, Mr. Wright. Time to show us what you've got. And time for me to save the game.
Who was the person Miss Faye saw in the darkness?
Godot. Because of the lanterns on his eyes. Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes?
What? But how do you propose to show us something like that?
It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night.
Conditions?
Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all lights in this courtroom be turned off.
Oh, this is... But it can't be.
Ha!
That was a nice bit of deduction. Trite.
Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder! Fucking Godot!
Order! Prosecutor Godot, what is the meaning of this? Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it?
Ha! Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person.
What do you mean by that?
If you've got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules.
Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night. Was it 3 glowing red eyes?
Well, witness, answer the question.
You're wrong! I never saw that!
Maya!
I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man, for a totally different reason!
What?
Witness! Mr. Wright,
Objection.
Stop your chattering, Your Honor.
chattering?
If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules.
All right. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize it until after I woke up, but...
More testimony? Fucking Christ.
When I came to, I was just lying there in the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all of the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up, too. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man.
So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No need to apologize. It's as Mr. Godot said, you're utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you would be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the culprit was a man. Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
Do I have anything that can even fucking get her?
Lying there in the training hall floor. So when I got back to the garden place to really change, the torches were lit and the body was gone.
I mean, put a pressure on that.
The torches were lit?
Yes, that's how I noticed the whole scene had changed.
I'm going to say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be?
The killer probably lit them since it'd be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. However, if that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Why did the killer go to the effort of moving the body?
That's true. It's hard to see how that would be of any advantage to the killer. The only one who would gain anything from that would be...
The only person that was at the inner temple, Maya.
Very well. Let me hear some more about the condition of the crime scene.
So hold on. I want to save the game. What do I have again? Stone lantern. Talisman. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna end the episode here and we'll finish this in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.